Have you ever found yourself trapped in a whirlwind of negative thoughts, unable to break free? This is a question that many of us can relate to. Anxiety, an unwelcome guest in our minds, can often lead us down a path of relentless negativity. It's like a persistent echo, a constant whisper of worry and fear that can influence our thoughts, our actions, and yes, even our dreams. Anxiety is not just an abstract concept, it's a very real part of our lives. It can manifest itself in numerous ways, from incessant worry about the future to self-doubt and feelings of inadequacy. These negative thoughts can feel overwhelming, leaving us feeling trapped in a cycle that seems almost impossible to break. But here's the good news. There are ways to manage these thoughts, to silence that echo, to break free from that cycle, and that's what we're going to delve into today. So, stay with us as we explore the 5 best ways to rid yourself of negative thoughts and break the anxiety cycle. You're not alone, and it's important to remember that there are ways to manage these thoughts and break the cycle of anxiety. Today, we'll delve into 5 effective ways to manage and overcome negative thoughts. Let's take a brief tour of these techniques, each of which plays a crucial role in managing your mental landscape. First up, we have mindfulness. It's all about living in the present moment, focusing on the here and now, rather than dwelling on past regrets or future anxieties. Next, we explore the power of positive affirmations. These are uplifting statements that help you challenge and overcome self-sabotaging thoughts. Third, we investigate physical activities, a natural and effective anti-anxiety treatment. It releases feel-good chemicals that serve as a natural mood lifter. Our fourth technique is deep breathing. This is a quick and easy way to alleviate tension and reduce stress by simply regulating your breath. Lastly, we discuss limiting exposure to negativity. This involves creating boundaries around negative influences and environments to help maintain a positive mindset. Each of these methods, when practiced regularly, can help you regain control over your thoughts and reduce anxiety. Our first technique is mindfulness, a powerful tool in combating negative thoughts. In the simplest terms, mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and engaged in the now. It's about tuning into the moment, being aware of your surroundings, your thoughts, your feelings, and your physical sensations, without attempting to change them or judge them as good or bad. Imagine you're sitting on a riverbank, watching the water flow by. The water is your stream of consciousness, carrying thoughts, feelings, and sensations. Mindfulness is like sitting on that riverbank, observing the flow without trying to change its course. So how can mindfulness help manage negative thoughts? It's all about acceptance. When we observe our thoughts without judgment, we are not feeding them with additional energy. We're not trying to suppress, fight, or deny them, which only gives them more power. Instead, we're acknowledging them. There's a thought, there's a feeling. This simple act of recognition can diffuse the intensity of negative thoughts and feelings. Moreover, mindfulness helps us to break free from the cycle of negative thinking. Often we get swept away by our thoughts, lost in a spiral of negativity. But when we practice mindfulness, we learn to notice when we're getting carried away, and we can gently bring ourselves back to the present moment. Mindfulness also cultivates a sense of compassion. By observing our thoughts and feelings without judgment, we learn to extend some kindness to ourselves. We realize that it's okay to have these thoughts, that it's a part of the human experience. And the best part? You can practice mindfulness anytime, anywhere. Whether you're washing dishes, walking in the park, or simply breathing, you can tune into the present moment and observe your experience without judgment. Remember, mindfulness is not about eliminating thoughts, but rather understanding and accepting them as they are. Our second technique, positive affirmations, can help shift your mindset towards positivity. Picture this. You're planting a garden in your mind, and each positive affirmation is a seed. By consistently planting these seeds, you're cultivating a lush, vibrant garden of positivity that can outgrow and replace any weeds of negativity. So what exactly are positive affirmations? They're short, powerful statements that you tell yourself in order to challenge and overcome self-sabotaging and negative thoughts. When you repeat them often and truly believe in them, you start to make positive changes in your life and mindset. Creating positive affirmations is an art in itself. They should be in the present tense, as though what you're affirming is already true. This helps your mind to visualize and believe in the affirmation. For example, instead of saying, "I will be confident," say, "I am confident." Next, they should be positive and specific. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. So instead of saying, "I'm not going to fail," say, "I'm going to succeed." Lastly, make them emotionally charged. The more you can feel the affirmation, the more powerful it will be. Instead of just saying, "I am happy," say, "I am overflowing with joy." Now, how to use these affirmations effectively? Speak them out loud, write them down, or even sing them. The key is repetition. The more you repeat your affirmations, the more you'll believe them, and the more they'll affect your reality. They can be used anytime, anywhere. Say them first thing in the morning to set a positive tone for your day, or whisper them to yourself in stressful situations. But remember, it's not just about saying the words. It's about truly believing in them. You're not trying to trick your mind, you're reprogramming it. Repeat these affirmations daily, and you'll notice a shift in your thought patterns over time. The last 3 techniques involve physical activities, deep breathing exercises, and limiting exposure to negativity. Let's start with physical activities. Our bodies are designed to move, to react, to be active. When we engage in physical activities, whether it's a brisk walk in the park, a quick yoga session, or an intense cardio workout, we are essentially giving our bodies the chance to do what they do best. This not only helps to reduce the physical symptoms of stress and anxiety, but it also helps to clear our minds, providing a much-needed reprieve from the constant stream of negative thoughts that can often consume us. Moving on to deep breathing exercises, these are not just about filling our lungs with air, but about taking control of our body's natural response to stress and anxiety. When we're stressed or anxious, our breathing can become shallow and rapid. By consciously taking deep, slow breaths, we can help to slow our heart rate, reduce our blood pressure, and bring our body back to a state of calm. This can also help us to refocus our minds, pushing aside those negative thoughts and replacing them with a sense of peace and tranquility. Lastly, let's talk about limiting exposure to negativity. The world around us can be a constant source of stress and anxiety, whether it's the daily news, a difficult work environment, or even certain people in our lives. By making a conscious effort to limit our exposure to these sources of negativity, we can help to reduce the amount of negative thoughts that enter our minds. This doesn't mean we should ignore the world around us, but rather that we should be selective about what we allow to affect our mental state. By incorporating these techniques into your daily routine, you can significantly reduce the frequency and intensity of negative thoughts. Let's take a moment to recap these 5 techniques. First, we explored mindfulness, the art of being present and not letting our thoughts run away with us. Then, we delved into the power of positive affirmations, those empowering statements that can rewire our mindset. We also discussed the importance of physical activities in releasing pent-up energy and promoting a healthier mental state. We touched upon the calming influence of deep breathing and how it can help us regain control during moments of anxiety. Finally, we talked about limiting our exposure to negativity, whether it's bad news or toxic relationships, in order to protect our mental space. Each of these techniques is a powerful tool in managing negative thoughts and breaking the anxiety cycle. They're not just coping mechanisms, but also building blocks for a healthier, happier mindset. They're small steps that can lead to a big change. Remember, you have the power to control your thoughts, not the other way around. Take charge today and start your journey towards a more positive mindset.